iFixit es un sitio donde puedes aprender con y de otros.
Lo bueno es que el contenido está disponible en 8 idiomas.
Puedes registrarte de manera gratuita. Tu cuenta funciona con avatars, insignias y puntos de reputación. Esta es la mía.
De este modo, además de acceder a las guías oficiales del sitio, puedes crear y compartir tus propias guías de reparación. Y participar de los foros, consultando algún problema específico que tengas.
Lo interesante de la comunidad iFixit es que nos ayudamos unos a otros, respondiendo preguntas, compartiendo soluciones y guiándonos a través de las reparaciones. Hi, Kyle.
Hi.
Hi there.
Soy Ángela y ella es Beatriz. Somos de Aprendamos y estamos grabando un nuevo curso sobre emprendimiento digital.
Well, thanks so much for having me on. I'm excited to tell you what we've done and what we're up to.
¿Cómo te llegó la idea de hacer iFixit? ¿Pensaste en formar una comunidad desde el principio o fue desarrollándose de esa manera?
Right, yeah, so I had an iBook that I had dropped off of my bed in my dorm room at the university, and the power plug was just loose, and if I held it in just the right position, I could get it to work. And I said, well, I can probably just take this apart and put a bit of solder on there, and it'll work, but I have to figure out how to take it apart. And it turns out that particular computer is kind of tricky to take apart. And I didn't have a service manual, and so I struggled through the process, and it was really frustrating. And I said, okay, maybe we could do something about this. Everything starts tiny. We had no grand ambitions. I just had a computer that I was trying to get fixed, and I figured out the process, and then I said, well, nobody else should have to go through that same pain and suffering that I did. So I said, well, let me take it apart again now that I know how, and I'll take some pictures. And then we posted the photos online, and they got very popular very quickly. But it just started out as us posting instructions on this is how you fix this thing, and a lot of people found them useful.
No voy a mentir, me da miedo abrir mi computadora y por eso le pedí a Ángela que lo haga. ¿Tú crees que iFixit ayuda a las personas a superar ese miedo?
I think so. People come to me all the time and they say, do you think it's possible for me to fix my iPhone or to fix my car? And I say, well, I don't know. I don't know what your technical background is, but here's the instructions. Take a look through the instructions before you do anything and tell me how hard that looks. And if it looks hard and intimidating, then you're welcome to find a friend or hire somebody to do it. But if it looks like something that maybe you could do, then jump right in. So I have this here. This is a part of an Apple computer. So this is inside the computer. This is the optical drive and the hard drive and the fans. And you can see, if one of these fans went bad, it's just a couple screws and you disconnect it and you put a new fan in. So it's not that hard, but people are really intimidated the first time you do anything. And so that's the idea with the repair manuals, is to take some of that intimidation away, because you're relying on an expert that's walking you through the process.
Tuve un poco de miedo la primera vez que abrí una compu, pero leí la guía muchas veces y también la tuve al lado mío durante todo el proceso.
Well, but isn't it the greatest feeling in the world when you take something that didn't work and you understand it enough and you take it apart and you fiddle with it, and when you put it back together, it's like you've mastered it.
Siempre y cuando no te queden tornillos extras, ¿no?
I have a screw right here, so it happens to the best of us.
¿Tienes alguna anécdota o experiencia donde hayas aprendido algo de otras personas?
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't know how to fix very many things. I've never gone to formal school, so I'm always just kind of learning things myself. I had a case where in my car, the ignition wouldn't turn. It wouldn't do anything. It wasn't a dead battery. It was something in the ignition switch. And so I Googled it. I just Googled Honda Accord ignition switch. And someone had posted that exact procedure on iFixit, where they said step by step this is. And so I'm like, okay, well, that's my car. And I followed it. And it turns out it wasn't really that hard. And I ended up replacing the entire switch. But then I was looking on some forums and people said that you could actually put the switch in the oven and heat it up and reflow the solder, and then the switch would work again. But I bought a new switch. So I'm learning new things all the time, and the magic of iFixit is that not all of us are experts at everything. Actually, most of us are only experts maybe at one or two things, but if we build a place where we can share knowledge with each other, then all of us benefit. We've made a lot of mistakes over the years. So when we got the new iPad 2, the very first, thinner iPad, it turns out that rather than using clips to put it together, they glued it together. And so we're trying to figure out how to take it apart, and we broke the iPad in the process of taking it apart. We broke the glass on it. But that's the point of us writing the repair manual, is we break the first one so you don't have to. I think anyone the first time they take apart an iPad would break it. But if you have instructions and other people have figured out a process, then you're in a better position. I didn't have any idea when we started. I was just trying to fix my own laptop. But over time, what we learned is that the manufacturers weren't making the information available. And so if a manufacturer is going to come out with a very expensive product and not make a repair manual, someone else has to. And so by virtue of no one else was doing it, we ended up being the ones to do it. And people seem to like our manuals and they keep coming back, so we keep writing them.
¿Qué le puedes decir a nuestros televidentes que quieren iniciar un emprendimiento?
So the first thing that I would say, if you're thinking about doing something, is just get started. Just pick some piece of it that you can work on. I wouldn't quit your job right away, but I would find a way that you can just pick up a small piece of it, find a project that you can get going, something that you love, a problem that you think really needs a solution, and just dive in and try it. So for me, it was fixing my laptop, and then the real leap for me was saying, okay, well, I'm going to write a repair manual. I mean, I'd never written a repair manual before, but nobody told me you can't write a repair manual, so I'd never done it, but I figured how hard is that, and so I just did it, and it turns out it was useful, and so we keep going from there. But you're never going to learn if you don't try, and you're never going to succeed if you don't fail a few times first.
Desarrollaste una app para hacer guías dentro de su página web llamada Dozuki. ¿Puedes contarnos sobre esto?
Yeah, so along the way of building iFixit, we were writing lots of manuals, and I was having to code these HTML pages with these manuals, and I said, this is silly. It's a lot of work just on all the HTML and web work to make a manual. I said, what if we could make it really easy for people to make repair manuals that worked well on the web? And so I wrote a software tool for us, and we use it internally to make all of our repair manuals for a couple of years while we were still working on the software, and we really liked it, and so then we decided we'd make it available to other folks. And so it runs iFixit, but we call it Dozuki, and we sell it to manufacturers to use to document their service manuals. And that's been going well for us, and it's allowed us to have more resources to invest back in iFixit.
Y permite hacer guías a personas como yo.
Yeah, I mean, there's an edit button on every step, or you can make your own new guide, or even if you have our Android app, you can take pictures on your phone and make a repair guide right from the Android device.
Y también ayuda a personas como ella a ayudar a personas como yo.
Exactly. So if you know how to fix something, let's say that you're fixing your vacuum or your lamp, take some pictures on your phone, and then if you have Android, you just use it right in our app, and if you have an iPhone, just upload them to the website and then make the guide on your computer.
¿Tú crees que nos podrías dar un tour por las oficinas de iFixit?
Yeah, I can walk around a little bit. Okay, so this is our video studio. This is where we do a lot of our repair videos. And so you can see I've got some props here, but we've got our camera set up and our iFixit logo here on the wall. And then over here, let me introduce Jairo. Jairo is our video cameraman extraordinaire.
Hello, how are you? Hola, ¿cómo están?
Hola, ¿hablas español?
Sí, yo hablo español. Mis papás son de Michoacán y mi mamá es de Jalisco.
Entonces, ¿tu familia es
¿Toda tu familia es mexicana?
Sí.
¿Qué pasó?
¿Tu familia es mexicana?
Sí, mi familia sí.
¿Y haces algún
So
tipo?
Jairo is fantastic, and he does a lot of the video shooting for all of our YouTube videos.
Oh, cool.
And over here we have Gwendolyn.
La reconozco.
I want to show you our photo studio where we write the repair manuals. So that's right over in here. And Sam and Andrew are writing repair manuals for all kinds of things right now. And at the moment, they're taking a burrito break. We have an awesome burrito shop next door. But if you come over here, like, what are we working on? What is this? Is this an iPhone 6?
Yeah.
So this is our magnetic mat, and for the iPhone 6, we're writing the repair manual for that, right?
Nice.
Oh, yes, and then here's the iPhone 6 in pieces.
Oh,
We will have a repair manual completely done for this very soon.
¿En realidad es tan flexible como dicen que es?
Ese es el iPhone 6, no el 6 Plus.
No, not really. This is the 6, but they're both pretty solid.
Ahora sabemos.
How do you know?
Tienen el mismo póster.
Sí.
And this is the rest of kind of the iFixit office here.
Kyle, muchas gracias por la entrevista. Mantengámonos en contacto.
I would love to. I think what you're doing is fabulous, and anything that we can do to get people excited about starting new businesses. If you want to start a repair business, get started fixing phones for your friends, or start any kind of enterprise. We need people with ideas that they're willing to act on.
¿Tienes algún mensaje para nuestros televidentes aquí en Latinoamérica?
I would say we are all incredibly impressed by your resilience and adaptiveness, and I think that most Americans are not nearly as good at fixing things as Ecuadorians are. So I would say we've got a lot that we can learn from all of you.
Muchas gracias, la verdad que hemos aprendido muchísimo de ustedes.
Sure, we're all in this together. Have a wonderful day.
Tú también. Chao.